Wally Show podcast is our daily radio show heard live through the WayFM app each morning and hosted by Wally, Gavin, and me, Betty Rock. For more fun, be sure to connect with us at wayfm.com/Wally.
The Wally Show podcast is brought to you by Colorado Christian University Online, where Wally teaches and where you can earn a degree online just like Betty Rock. You can learn more at ccu.edu/Wally. This podcast is also brought to you by United Faith Mortgage. Let their direct lender advantage save you time and money.
Uplifting WayFM.
Stories served with a side of Southern sass.
You're breaking my hair.
I mean charm. Here's Betty Rock.
Authorities in Europe have announced that if you plan to take a flight within the European Union next year, you'll be allowed to use your cell phones while flying.
That, you mean like not to just play on, but to actually call?
You will actually be able to make phone calls. You will be able to watch videos, stream, do text messaging. Yeah. So how is this possible in Europe when in America we're told put your phones on airplane mode and use this terrible Wi-Fi on board? Well, one European official claims that cell phone frequencies are different over there, making interference less possible, and they use lower power setting than we use here. Don't ask me to explain that.
Sure.
I have no idea. But just to say things are different over there. But the big question is if eventually America is able to adapt and make this necessary change here for our phones to be used on board, will it be a good or a bad thing?
I don't know, man. It is pretty annoying when you're sitting on a plane next to someone and they're talking and they're like, ha, 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 yeah, Jenkins, we're going to really tear them up this year, you know. And it's almost like people tend to get louder on their phones on an airplane because they want you to hear them. Yeah, buy that stock. We're going to buy that today. It's going to be great. We're going to have a hostile takeover. They just want everyone to hear what they're talking about, I think.
Yeah, but if you think about it this way, being able to talk on our phones could save us from having to make small talk with those around us, which according to a list I found of the top pet peeves most agree are the worst when it comes to flying, that made the top 10.
I get it.
You don't
I
get it.
do get it.
You don't get it because the last flight I was on with you, I sat 2 rows ahead of you and on the opposite side, and I looked over multiple times and saw you making conversation with the lady right beside you.
I'm polite.
Then later you were telling us the name of her son, what he does for a living.
She told me everything.
No, because you're the one that starts the conversation.
No, I didn't.
You're the one that they are forced to make small talk with.
I swear to you, honest, truthful, I did not initiate that.
No.
She had a question, and then from there, it was a 3-hour conversation.
Okay.
3 hours. Yeah, we talked the whole time. We gabbed like old schoolgirl friends. It was a lot.
But you have to ask yourself, how does this keep happening to you?
I think you have that face that's like, just keep away from me. And I have that face that's like, hey, tell me your life story. I think so. And because no one talks to you on a flight. Everyone wants to share their life with me on a flight.
Well, other things that were included on this list, it included line cutting, like if someone is cutting in line when it comes to check-in or at the gate.
Yeah.
Or the last one, too, was the person behind you kicking your seat. If it's a kid, it's like, parent, get your kid under control and make them stop.
My wife had a kid kicking the seat, and she'd try to look back through the 2 seats, like, come on, please, get your kid under control.
It's not hard.
And didn't. But then I flew with a friend of mine who I worked in mainstream radio with. Kid kicking the seat. He asked the lady to get the kid to stop, wouldn't stop. And the kid leaned up against the seat, and I just watched Fred lean forward and then lean back as hard as he could in his seat and just pow! And smacked the kid with his seat.
Well, I mean, he did what he could at the beginning, and
I will tell you this.
Do it.
There was no more seat kicking. I'm not saying it was right, but I'm just saying there was no more seat kicking. Uplifting WayFM. This is the Wally Show, and giving gifts for the holidays is a lot of fun, but sometimes you think you've outdone yourself. You've gotten the perfect gift for someone, only to find out, okay, that was a horrible gift. I was wrong. I could not have been more wrong. Like, for example, if you go and you buy your wife an exercise bike and she has not asked for an exercise bike,
wrong call.
That is a huge problem.
Wow.
You know,
you should know better.
You would think. Or she's like, oh, I really need a new vacuum. That's just a surprise. I brought you a vacuum on a Tuesday gift. Not
Yes.
Wrap it up, put a bow on it.
Never put anything under the tree that could be used for cleaning the house and making it look better.
Yeah, those
That's
are
just rude.
Those are fun gifts, like throughout the year, you know. But sometimes though too, like you think you've just created the perfect thing for that person, and you know maybe you spent time making it, and it's gonna be great, and they're like, "What's this?" You know, and so yeah, I try to give good gifts. I really do. I try to put thought into them, but sometimes it doesn't always go that way.
To me, the trickiest gift is when it comes to clothing.
Oh, yeah.
Because sometimes I don't know what size to buy, and I don't want to insult that person by getting a larger size than what they think they need, but then also not buying something smaller and then they never wear it.
Right, but that's always the better option.
Is to buy smaller?
Yeah, like you go,
I don't know.
You're like, oh yeah, this medium doesn't fit. I had to take it back. Are you kidding me? Because I was debating getting you a small. Wow, you look great. Have you been working out? Like that's how you do that, and you still win.
You've got a lot of experience.
Yeah. I've misbought a lot of clothes in my life for my wife. 855-33-WAY-FM is the number. We love having you on the show with us. 855-33-WAY-FM. What is a gift that you would warn people about buying? Like you bought it and you're like, this, boy, I was looking for tears. It would be the best day ever. And it ended up being a really bad decision. 855-33-WAY-FM.
Candy said that her nephew wanted these bump and bounce body bumpers. So imagine like blow up things that you put around your body, kind of like a sumo wrestler kind of thing. And then you run into the kid. And so the nephew wanted these. And she said she got it for him. And him and his younger sister, they blew them up and they ran towards each other to bump off of each other. And when they did, the girl, she hit a large decorative rock, which resulted in a large gash and a trip to the ER.
Oh, no way. It's weird. You would think that would dissuade me, but I really want to get these. And you and me just go at it.
No way.
All right, Michael, what is that gift you want to warn people about getting?
Well, it's anything that you see a picture. So like this year I wanted to get my 5-year-old one of those cheap little digital cameras. So it was like $30. And it ended up being like half the size of my hand.
Oh, yeah, like so, the pictures aren't always actual size.
Exactly. So it's always buyer beware type thing, just trying to get something on Amazon.
You mentioned getting your 5-year-old a camera. One of the fun things we did on a trip one time, this is back before digital cameras, so it was even more fun. We gave our daughter like a Fisher-Price camera and rolls of film. We said, shoot whatever you want. Like take as many pictures as you want, because we wanted to see what she thought was important about the trip at like 5 years old. It was awesome. Like the heads were all cut off of everything. Some of the best pictures that we've ever had as a family.
That's cute.
But it's a good memory. You could still do the same thing with a digital camera, and it's even faster. You could just download it, but it's really cool to see your kids' perspective of what vacations and stuff look like. Well, Michael, thanks for being on with us today.
Thank you. Have a great day.
See you, buddy. Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show. Aubrey, thank you for joining us. Have you got all your Christmas shopping done?
I wish I could say yes.
Oh, man. I almost finished mine up. I'm almost done, and it feels so good. You'll get there, though.
Don't let him brag. He only buys for like 2 people.
Well, I know, but I buy a lot. Like,
you buy a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the thing. Like, what is that gift, Aubrey, that you have bought that you would want to warn other people about buying? Like, you thought it was me the perfect gift, but it didn't go that way.
So it's not really my gift. This was a big family Christmas, and my mom was bragging for weeks about the gift she got my cousin. And my cousin at the time was about 7, and my sister and I, we were in college, and so we both got her basically little Disney plush dolls that we found at the Disney store. And she opens up this gift from my mom, and it's a microscope. And my mom's thinking, this is the coolest thing ever. And my cousin just looks at her going, thanks. What is it?
Yeah, exactly.
And we were just kind of sitting there looking at her going, this is the gift you were talking about for the last few months. The moment she opened up our little $10 plushes from Disney store, she freaked out, and that was what she was focused on for the rest of the night.
Yeah, my parents made the mistake of buying me like a science kit when I was a kid, thinking that I would like turn out to be like some famous intellectual scientist, and I just almost burned down the house, you know?
No.
Well, Aubrey, thanks for being on with us today.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and great holidays.
And now for some good news.
Uplifting Way FM. This here is the Good News Giddy Up. We do this because the regular news can be a bit of a bummer, and so we like to highlight some of the good stuff going on. There is a one-eared dog, and he has the best name ever, Van Gogh.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it too soon?
No, not too soon. Never too soon for that. But Van Gogh is actually raising money for charity by painting with his tongue. I'm sure it's safe. But
yeah, they don't use lead paint or anything.
No. Well, here's what's crazy. Van Gogh's life. He used to be what's called a bait dog. For dog fighting.
Oh,
and
no.
so it's a horrible thing that people do. And this dog takes the hit, and like gets everything riled up. And so don't ask me how I know. So he lost an ear. And so he was headed for a rescue in Connecticut, and they originally did it like this painting idea as a gimmick to get him adopted. But now he's done over 60 paintings and raised like $3,000 to help other rescue pets.
Well, bless his heart.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
I
is
would
it
buy
not?
one.
Oh, absolutely.
I've got one. I got a good news giddy up. So there is a woman in Philadelphia. Her name is Patricia. She's in the news for something special. Every year she goes to different nursing homes and she hands out hundreds of stuffed animals to seniors who might not get a lot of Christmas gifts.
Oh, that's so cool.
These stuffed animals, they're all donated by random people. So it's just an awesome thing that she does because, old people are near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know that they're a class of people that definitely deal with depression and loneliness. And so for someone like Patricia to take the time to find these stuffed animals and then give them to these seniors, that means so much.
Oh, yeah. And just the interaction with somebody that is caring for them, beyond the stuffed animal. Like, the stuffed animal is great, but talking to them and treating them like a human, it means the world to them. And so good on her, and that's going to do it for your Good News Giddy Up.
Coffee shops, poolside, back porch, picnic table at the park, at your kid's soccer practice. Just about anywhere can be your classroom when you decide to go back to school online at Colorado Christian University.
I know I got my degree online, and I actually did a homework at a campsite. I was sitting around a campfire writing a paper. That is where I did some of my work that weekend. So life doesn't have to stop just because you go back to school to better yourself. You can work towards this future and this goal that you want to accomplish, and it doesn't have to totally consume you or derail your normal life with friends, your family, or what have you.
And you can earn accredited degrees from Colorado Christian without ever setting foot on campus.
So there really shouldn't be an excuse to not going back to school. If it's something you really want to do, you can do it. And all you have to do is go to ccu.edu/Wally to learn more. And the other really important thing is that Colorado Christian is committed to cultivating the mind without compromising the heart. So check it out, ccu.edu/Wally.
Uplifting Way FM.
News can be a little heavy, so we like to do news-ish. Here's Wally-ish.
If you've just mastered the art of the charcuterie board, congratulations. And now you're behind. There's a new charcuterie board. Okay, you guys know what charcuterie boards are, right?
It's pretty much an adult Lunchable.
Yes, exactly.
That's a great comparison.
Yeah, it's a board. And I make charcuterie boards for people, because they're fun to make.
Oh, the actual wood.
Yeah, the wood. I've never actually put the meat on it. So
cheese.
Yeah, like meat and cheese and stuff.
Fruit.
And then they started doing dessert charcuterie boards. Have you seen those?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, so that was the next evolution of it. Well, welcome to Charcuterie 3.0. Now there is a new charcuterie board called a butter board.
Oh, I do know what this is.
Gavin is really excited about this.
I've seen this on TikTok before, and it's just like a diabetic's nightmare / fever dream.
Yeah, it is a board, like a charcuterie board, and you cover it with butter, like a thick layer of butter.
Okay.
But then you add different spices to it, like sage or lemon, rosemary, garlic, some nuts maybe, whatever.
Fancify it.
Yeah, you elevate it, as we say in the foodie trade, and then everyone just kind of dips bread or crackers or whatever in it on this board.
In the butter.
Yeah, in the butter, yeah. So that's the new butter board. That's the new trend. Like if you're doing a holiday party this year, maybe you throw out a charcuterie board and then you have lights and music and maybe a smoke machine and you present the butter board and then some really great bread. Like my wife would lose her mind. She loves bread and butter more than me.
I mean, who doesn't love bread
I don't mean
and butter?
she loves it more than like I do. I mean, she loves it more than she loves me.
We understood.
Okay, good. I want to make sure. But it's so good. But then, okay, as if that was not enough, they're elevating it one step further. Butter candles.
What?
Yes. Okay. I see your confusion. You take butter, you melt it, you put it into some sort of form.
Whoa.
Then you put a wick in it, and then you cool it down. Then you put that in the middle of your butter charcuterie board. You light it, and as it creates this lovely ambiance, it also is melting the butter below it. So if you want like melted soft butter like I do, because regular butter, hard butter, it's the worst thing in the world. Destroys bread, and I hate that. And this is a way to make your butter board look even better and taste amazing.
Wow.
It's a good thing that calories don't count, like, during the holidays.
Anything you put on wood, it actually removes 18 calories.
I heard about that.
Yeah. So good luck. Enjoy your butter boards this holiday.
Heard it here first.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me right now?
Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show. One of our favorite things we do is talk to kids about life stuff and what's going on, because I love the honesty. And so if you're a kid, this is your moment to be on the show, but that's the only criteria. You gotta be a kid, okay? So here's our Are You Kidding Me question. When you talk to a kid around Christmas time, like what's the first thing you ask that kid, Betty Rock?
What did you ask Santa for?
Exactly. It's like we all want to know, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want for Christmas? What do you want? And so like kids are in the spotlight about what they want. But I'm real curious, okay? You kids, are you listening to what your parents want? Ooh. Do you have any idea what your parents might want for Christmas, okay? Or maybe what you think you're going to get them, all right? So maybe you've heard your mom or dad talking, I'd really like a washer or dryer, or, it'd be great to have a little brother for Jimmy this year, So I don't know, whatever it is. So 855-33-WAY-FM. That's 855-33-WAY-FM. Again, if you're a kid, you can call. Get your parents' permission first. Go ahead and ask them. That way, it's cool with them. But do you know what your parents want for Christmas? I'm fascinated if kids really know.
Yeah, what do you think they want for Christmas? I'm interested to know that as well.
855-33-WAY-FM. Let's go. It's Are You Kidding Me here on The Wally Show. So, Kaden, everyone wants to know, as a kid, what do you want for Christmas? I'm sure you've been asked that a bunch of times, right?
Yes.
But have you been paying attention to what maybe your mom or dad wants for Christmas? That's the question. What do you think they want?
My dad wants cooking stuff, and my mom, I don't really know.
Is it because your mom is so humble and hasn't left a million hints like your dad probably has?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Moms are the unsung heroes of the family.
Maybe you should ask her what she wants, Kaden.
Okay.
And then, Kaden, do your dad a huge solid and tell him, because I guarantee you, if you don't know, he doesn't know either. Hey, Kaden, thanks for being on with us. I hope you have a great Christmas.
All right, you too.
All right, Braden, you're on. Are you kidding me? So what do you think your parents want for Christmas?
I think my dad wants a new computer and my mom wants a new vacuum.
Oh, really? Are you sure she wants a new vacuum?
Yeah, she loves cleaning up the house.
Oh, I bet she does. It's one of her favorite things is to clean up after you, isn't it, Braden?
Yes.
Hey, is your mom there?
Yes, she is.
Can we talk to your mom real quick? Normally we just talk to kids, but I'm dying to know. Hey, Mom?
Hello? Yes?
Do you really want a vacuum for Christmas?
Actually, I do. Mine is pretty old, so I need a new one, yes.
And you're okay with that being a gift like from your husband, on Christmas morning?
I'm okay with it, yeah. As long as I get something else.
Okay, there you go. Like that can't be the big gift. That's not the bring it home surprise gift you pull out from behind the tree. That's just a gift.
Right.
Okay, I got you. Well, Braden and Mom, thanks for being on the show with us today, and I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas.
I will.
Uplifting Way FM, this is the Wally Show. We're doing Are You Kidding Me? Kendra, welcome. First of all, how old are you?
I am 11. I will be 12 December 22nd.
Oh, wow, right before Christmas. Now, do you like having your birthday before Christmas?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so it's a good thing for you. Well, one of the first things you always ask kids, like, what do you want for Christmas? And we're just curious here on Are You Kidding Me? Because we just talked to kids now. What do you think your parents want for Christmas? Have you been paying attention to the hints they've dropped each other?
Yeah.
Okay, what does, your mom want?
She wants a spa day.
Really? So a day away from the family?
Yeah.
Honestly, Kendra, does she deserve that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are a lot of work, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think she's going to get that?
No.
Oh, why not?
I don't have the money for it, and neither does my family.
Well, maybe you guys could pool all your money together and just, really hook her up.
Or maybe you could do a home spa day. Like, maybe you could give your mom a massage, or maybe you could rub her feet for her.
Yeah.
I'm sure she would appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, you could do, a mud bath. Like, when she walks out of the house, just hose her down and, and then, push her down and, into the grass and be like, this is really all the rage, and this is expensive in Europe.
No, Kendra, don't do that.
I won't.
All right. Well, I hope that a Christmas miracle happens and your mom gets her well-deserved spa day.
Okay.
So, Jackson, first of all, how old are you, sir?
I am 8 years old.
8 years old. All right, everybody always asks kids, what do you want for Christmas? But we're really curious, man. What do you think your mom wants for Christmas?
Well, probably some money.
Some money? Okay. Your mom sounds like a reasonable woman. I think most of us would love, money for Christmas.
What do you think she would spend that money on, Jackson?
Buy whatever she needs.
What do you think she needs to buy?
She needs to buy food.
Moms don't get to always do all the fun stuff with money. A lot of times they have to use it for the family, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, you could probably eat a little less, and then she could spend more on herself. How about that, Jackson?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I appreciate you being on with us. I hope you guys have a great Christmas.
You too.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
All right, Lucas, you're up. What do you think your parents want for Christmas?
Dad wants tools and Mommy wants to laugh.
Your dad wants tools, and your mommy wants what?
He wants to relax. Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Your mom's not there, but your dad's putting in his order for tools with you right now. You know exactly what your dad wants, but mom, I don't know, relax, something, I don't know. But daddy needs some tools.
Uplifting Way FM.
Stories that
accentuate the positive.
It's the Wally Show.
All right, Gavin, what you got?
I think I've been realizing that when it comes to compliments, whether you're receiving them or giving them, it can be handled in two very different ways. It can be a very simple, hey, you look nice today. Thank you. Moving on with the day. I've been realizing that when somebody gives me a compliment, I always feel just a little bit awkward because you have to make a decision as to whether or not you're sending a compliment back to them or just saying thank you. And I feel selfish for some reason.
Betty is the compliment absorber. You can tell Betty something really nice, and she instantly absorbs it, and then it never comes back. So you're saying that when you give a compliment, you're supposed to do it to give one back? Absolutely. Yeah, that's what a human does.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
that's what a man does.
A selfish human does.
Yeah, so Betty will absorb any compliment. Oh, thank you. And then you're like,
I'm supposed to do, a normal human being.
Well, you think maybe someone might go, oh yeah, well, I like working with you too, or something like that. Just in passing.
Every once in a while.
Yeah. But she's like, thank you.
Crickets. But I did find someone who kind of laid out this 3-step system to dealing out the perfect compliment that somebody's actually going to really appreciate. So the first way that they say to do this is to use their name. It seems basic, but when you use someone's name in a compliment, it sends a signal that you're tailoring the compliment to them. It's not just a compliment that you can give out to any generic person that day. This one is specifically for Wally.
Well, Betty, I've been really impressed with your level of commitment to the show recently. Not recently, for the last little while. Yeah.
Whoa.
Not a compliment.
What are you saying about the other times?
No, I've been really impressed with how you've grown as an air talent over the years since I've known you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm suspect, but okay.
She's still not going to return it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no.
Okay, the second step was make your compliment, kind of like you actually just did, make it specific.
It was.
Instead of saying, you look nice today, which is something a man should never say.
Yeah, because what about yesterday?
Yeah.
Did I look bad yesterday? No, I didn't. Okay.
But instead, make it specific, like that color looks great on you. Should wear it more often.
Yeah.
The third step they said was don't praise and run. This is kind of where my brain goes. When you give a compliment, stick around and ask a follow-up question, then listen to the answer.
No.
That shows the person that you are sincere in what you said and might even want to learn more.
Okay, see, that's the thing. I normally, I don't mind, giving a compliment and then, walking away. Because I know when someone gives me a compliment, it's awkward. I don't deal with compliments well. I don't take them well. And so, I would rather the person say something nice and then just leave. So this is saying stay around for a follow-up question.
Make it really awkward.
All right, well, let's walk through this here for a second. So, okay, let's go with the example I given. Hey, Betty, I'm really impressed with how you have grown as an air talent over the years.
Thank you.
Do you think I'm responsible for making you better? There's a follow-up question.
So you're fishing for compliments.
Absolutely. It's the only way I'm going to ever get one, I think. Well, there you go. That might be a good way, though, if you're not good at compliments, to kind of work through them. Because our words do have power. Our words, there's that song by Hawk Nelson, Words, and the Bible talks about it. Your words have the power to lift up or destroy, and think about all the things you've held on to from when you were a kid. You know the power of these words, and so maybe one of the best gifts you could give to somebody, this season is being more intentional with your words and, being kind to people. So, yeah.
That was really well said, Wally.
Oh, well, thank you. There you go. It's a compliment from Betty. That's never happened. Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show. Giving gifts to my wife is really hard because she knows my schedule, and I have this thing we call stupid face. If she asks me a question and I try to lie to her, it's all over my face and it's obvious. And so, if I'm trying to do something nice for her, it's really hard. And then she takes great pleasure in ruining Christmas surprises. She likes the guess and the hunt, I guess. And you're like, gah,
Yeah.
And the other day she was mentioning something that I had got, and I'm like, oh man. And I didn't crack for once. I couldn't believe I didn't crack. I'm like, well, really? That's cool. Yeah, maybe we should get that. I don't know.
Well, that sounds like that's purposeful.
Yeah.
She's doing it on purpose. I actually accidentally ruined a Christmas surprise.
You did? Oh, delightful. Tell me more.
So I ordered a couple of things off Amazon, and so did my roommate.
And did you order something for your roommate?
No, but for other friends.
Okay.
So anyways, they all get delivered at the same time at my door. Without thinking, because I'm expecting stuff from Amazon, I pick it all up and I just start opening it.
Of course.
Later realizing that one of them was addressed to my roommate and the gift inside was for me.
Oh, you did not. Now, this is where you have a decision to make. Do you wrap it back up or do you own it?
No, because she was standing right there in the kitchen when it all happened. And I go, oh, you got it? And she goes, oh my gosh.
Oh, that's the worst.
Was she mad?
She was disappointed,
yes,
but she also understood it was an accident.
Right,
I was just thinking,
That's
it
good.
all belongs to me, and this is stuff that I've ordered.
That's why I don't send
wasn't.
anything to the house. I send it all to work, and then that way my wife never sees it. But I have to tell her, hey, I ordered something on Amazon because we share an account. I'm like, don't look at the notification you're going to get because it's her account.
Oh, I see.
And so, so she's on the honor system. I have to go through and wipe the browser out, the history.
Wow.
I have to archive the order.
Okay.
I really should just get my own account.
Yeah, you really should. It also seems like the digital age has kind of made it harder to keep surprises going.
Very much so. But I am curious, so Betty Rock ruined Christmas for her
it was
roommate.
an accident.
She's so sad. I know, what a Grinch. So I am curious, have you ever ruined a Christmas surprise? 855-33-WAY-FM. Could have been accidental, could have been intentional. I don't know.
It was an accident.
I know. 855-33-WAY-FM. What is your Christmas surprise you ruined? Have you ever accidentally ruined a Christmas surprise?
I have. I was 6 years old. My brother came home from the Army, and we did not know at all. Nobody in the family knew he was coming home, and it was Christmas Eve, he was putting up the presents. I come out and screamed bloody murder that somebody was in the house. My mom and dad came running out, and he didn't have any of the Christmas presents totally wrapped. So everyone saw all of his presents.
And the biggest surprise was him being home probably too, and so that got ruined early. Was your brother like in special ops or something? Like he sounds like really good at the military because he's broken into your house. None of you know he's there. He's made himself quite comfortable wrapping gifts.
He was National Guard, and he got into special ops, yes.
Oh, see, I was going to say special ops. That's the kind of guy we need in the military for sure.
Not you.
No, yes, not Amanda. Well, Amanda, thanks for being on with us. We hope you have a great Christmas.
You too. Y'all stay safe.
So, Bonnie, have you ever ruined a surprise, a Christmas surprise?
I did, and it was when I was young, a little girl, and I kept hearing all this ruckus upstairs, and I thought, what in the world? I heard my mother scream. I was like, what is going on up there? So I went upstairs, and I peeked around the corner, and I wanted a hamster for Christmas, and that's what it was. And it got out of the cage, and my mother was scared to death of him, so she's on the bed screaming. My dad's trying to get it. But I was so disappointed Christmas morning because that was like my big gift.
Yeah, it's the worst. When you're a kid, you want to snoop and find the gift, but when you do, it really is a bummer. I remember one year I found my mom's Christmas list, and so I knew everything that I was getting.
No. It's disappointing.
I think that takes some of the joy out of Christmas.
It
if
does.
you know what you're
It
getting,
does.
then you're not as excited for Christmas to come.
I never went up there again. Whether somebody was screaming or not, I never looked again.
Yeah, someone could be murdered in your attic, and you're like, I'm not going. I'm not going. I know what happened last Christmas. Uplifting Way FM, this is The Wally Show. Hudson, thank you for joining us. How old are you, man?
I'm 10.
10. Okay, now we're talking about ruining Christmas surprises. Betty Rock's roommate got her a gift, and it came to their apartment, and Betty Rock just opened it, like, with no concern whatsoever.
I wasn't looking at the address. I just assumed it's for me.
And so it ruined the surprise that her roommate had for her. So have you ever ruined a Christmas surprise, Hudson?
Yes. So one time my mom called me into her room, and she forgot that there was like a present for me, like right by the door. And so when I was going in there, I remembered that she said to not go in there because there were probably presents in there, but I already saw the present that was by the door.
Oh, no. Was it kind of a bummer? Like, part of you was like, oh, cool, I know I got what I wanted, but then when you have to open it up for Christmas, you're not surprised anymore.
Uh-huh.
Did your mom know that you had seen the present?
Well, I told her a little after. I tried to, keep it a secret, but then I just, told her.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not going to be able to fake this Christmas morning. I'm so sad right now.
And actually, it wasn't what I wanted. Can you return it and get something different? I'll never forget taking my first compassion trip, and we went to Ghana, Africa. When we got there to the site, there was this little girl. She was 6 years old. I later found out her name was Vivian, and she would not let go of my hand. She followed me everywhere I went on that site. And later, I got to meet her family. I met her mother and her siblings, and they all lived in this little mud hut. I mean, it wasn't big at all. And when I looked at Vivian, she had the biggest smile on her face, and she was just happy to be there, just happy to be with us. And it made such an impact in my life that I wanted to sponsor her right then and there. Because of my sponsorship for Vivian through Compassion, I'm able to write letters back and forth with her. I'm now getting updated photos, and now I think she's even taller than me, which is crazy to think. But I'm also able to see how my sponsorship is providing the food, clean water, and other support that she needs and her family needs to live the best life possible. And I can only imagine now with the pandemic, war, and weather disasters, there are so many other families like Vivian's who are dealing with hunger. So maybe you want to make an impact and sponsor your own Vivian. Just click the Compassion banner when you go to wayfm.com.
Uplifting Way FM.
If it ain't broke,
It's what your people magazine would sound like with a southern accent.
don't fix it.
It's the Rock Report with Betty Rock.
Just because you're told on national television that you're no good, it doesn't mean all is lost. And that's the case for these stars who, after being rejected by American Idol some multiple times, still they were able to make a name for themselves through sheer determination.
I've always said that, people will ask me, well, how do I make it in the music business? And, and I've always said, it's not always the most talented that make it. It's the ones who didn't quit.
Yeah.
Because sometimes talented people, they don't have that drive to stick it out and hear all the no's, and the ones that do make it.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of those examples is Hillary Scott from Lady A. You know her from this song.
Yeah, she's a country artist, but this is a song we played, and I love this song.
Yeah, she actually tried out twice for American Idol, but she never even made it far enough to audition for the judges.
No, are you serious? And then look at her laughing at that now.
Right.
I mean, like she's
a millionaire.
Yeah,
now.
many times over, one of the biggest names in country music.
This second one I was a little surprised over because I didn't know that she sang, but Chrissy Metz from This Is Us.
Yes, yeah.
Did you know that she auditioned?
I didn't know that she auditioned for American Idol. I knew she sang because she just sang at something, it might have been the Kennedy Honors. She sang somewhere recently with other people, yeah.
Well, she was one step away from singing for the judges, but at the last minute, she didn't make the cut.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And then lastly, Tori Kelly. I mean, we all know her.
She can sing. Yeah, I'm still getting it. Hold on a minute. Yeah.
Well, on public television, Simon Cowell, one of the judges for American Idol, he actually called her voice, quote, almost annoying.
Oh, nicely done. Wow. Yeah, this girl can sing, man.
Yeah.
And she has the look. Like, I'm really surprised that, like, she didn't make it.
I know.
Holy cow. Well,
almost annoying.
Yeah. You know what? Like, there was people that passed on signing the Beatles, too. So not everybody gets everybody in that moment, you know?
Right. But we got to stick to it. If you really want it, you got to chase after it.
I will tell you this about Tori Kelly. I have loved seeing interviews with her where she talks about her faith. I have to tell you, she, a lot of times in these mainstream interviews, talks better and more eloquently about her faith sometimes than Christian artists do. Like, it's really, really good. Like, I'm like, oh, good on her, man. And she's killing it in mainstream, too, and being a good representation.
So if you're planning on auditioning for American Idol this next year, if they tell you no, just tell them I'll see you next time.
That's right. Yeah, I love the people that say that and then you never see them again. Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show, and Gavin quite possibly stumbled onto an invention that you didn't even know this existed, did you?
No, I didn't. I wear a lot of ball caps. I've gotten into Betty's trucker hat world.
Get in your own lane.
I know. I know I'm a poser. And what I've found though is that when it comes to these hats, I have a giant cantaloupe watermelon-sized head.
Right.
And
we've been meaning to talk to you about that.
I can't do anything about it.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you realize it, though. So, like, are the hats fitting a problem?
They are fitting, and it is a problem how they fit. The one I'm currently wearing is actually my best fit, and I have 3 of those little snapback loops plugged in, which is actually a miracle for me. But a lot of them...
Usually it's just one, and it's just straining. It's like, I'm not going to be able to hold it much longer, sir.
That's the case for a bunch of the recent ones I got. And then I'm like, I got to have a solution to this.
Yeah.
I found on Amazon that they have little expanders that is that the right word? Extenders that you can use, where it's just like the same thing, but you just buy yourself a couple extra inches so that it can fit the bigger size heads that people like me have.
That's a great idea. Like, and I didn't even know that existed. That'd be a great stocking stuffer for that giant-headed person in your life.
Wow, but you don't need to say that to them.
I need to get Molly one of those.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
No.
We always kid Molly about having a giant head.
That's terrible.
She's like one of our best friends, but boy, that'd be a great gift.
Well, she has a lot of curly hair.
She does. Oh,
so
yeah.
it's not her head per se.
And brains. Yeah, you didn't let me
her
finish.
Hair.
It's her brains that make her head so huge.
You weren't finishing, so I'm trying to help you. Yeah, Celeste said that she didn't even realize it until she had it. Seat warmers in her car.
Yes.
I don't have that, but I plan on getting it when I get my next car.
Absolutely. I highly recommend it. I don't have it either in my car. I've got like a 2013 Tacoma. My wife got a new car, and so she always wonders, like, why do you always want to drive my car everywhere? I'm like, it has bun warmers in it. I call them bun warmers. And there are times your biscuits will get burning, and it's like actually a little too warm. But that combined with a heated steering wheel.
Does her car have that?
Yeah, I thought it was totally bougie. I'm like, what in the world? What am I, the prince of some country. I don't need this. And then you have it like, oh,
Yeah.
it's so good.
It could spoil you easily.
Absolutely. You should totally get it.
Trisha, she said that she didn't realize she needed a pineapple slicer until she got one. She loves fresh pineapple, and she was just cutting it with a knife all the time.
Like a peasant.
Yeah, and then she was like, wait, they make pineapple slicers. She got one, and now she'll never think again about grabbing that knife.
How much pineapple are you eating that you need a dedicated slicer to pineapple?
Obviously a lot.
I can't eat much pineapple. I'm going to overshare here.
No.
Like when I eat too much pineapple, the citrus in it, gives me like canker sores in my mouth. Does that happen to you guys?
No.
No.
Just me? No, I know I'm not the only one. Oh,
I'm sure you're not the only one, but
you guys know.
That sounds like you're eating too much pineapple.
No, I mean, it can happen from like just a few little bits of it. Like that's why I would never, if someone gave me a pineapple slicer, I'd be like, what, do you want me to die? Like, because it would eventually kill me.
Wait a minute. Sugar affects your kidneys.
Yes.
And gives you kidney stones.
Right.
Yet that hasn't stopped you.
Right. This one really hurts though. Like it hurts a
You
lot.
are literally on the floor.
Right. But this one I
Sick
can't.
to your stomach.
Right, but this one it's like hard to talk too. Like when it's like the sores on your mouth.
It's hard to talk when you're laying on the floor crying in pain.
I'll take a kidney stone over a canker any day. Any day. Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show. We have a chance for you to win a little Christmas present here from Way FM. We are going to play a little Kitty-Oke. This combines Betty Rock's two great loves in her life, cats and singing. And what we do is we have her meow the lyrics. You have to guess what the song is. And it's going to be a Christmas song today. And quite honestly, I feel like this one's going to be pretty easy for someone to get. We've already rehearsed, but I wanted to ask you about something as the lead singer.
Oh, thank you.
Would you be okay if we altered the ending a little bit? Like,
what? Well, we didn't practice that.
I know we didn't. I would just need you to go with me.
You don't do this to me last minute.
I know, but
in front of everybody?
Well, yeah. Well, here's what I'm thinking. Okay, so you know the last part where it goes to the F here like this, and like that part there. I was thinking like kind of more of a dramatic ending. So like it's like and then like
sure, whatever,
like that. Would that be okay?
Sure.
Thank you. So you're just going to have to follow me with that, okay? So let's go ahead and play through this one time here, and so people can guess what it is that you are Kitty-Okeing. Okay, are you ready? You want to count it off? You want to start it off?
No, you do it.
Oh, that's always death. Come on. You
know what?
this.
I'm just going to start singing, and you
I'll
go
just
in.
jump in. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Meow, 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 meow.
One more time. Go.
Meow, 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 meow.
Nailed it. I felt a little alone there on stage for a minute, like you had left me there.
I did.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, I think that one is pretty easy and pretty special. I'd like to see Phil Wickham do that. I don't think he could. 855-33-WAY-FM is the number. If you think you have a guess as to what the Kitty-Oke song was, 855-33-WAY-FM, and you can play with us right now. Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show. Allison, welcome to Kitty-Oke. Now, this is where we combine Betty Rock's two great loves, karaoke and cats, and we're going to play a song for you and get you to guess what song she is replacing the lyrics with meows for. Now, we want to give it to you one more time to make sure you have the best chance at getting it, all right?
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so here we go. Betty Rock, I will just follow you once again into the abyss, into the unknown. Hold on, I got to put my sleeve up so I don't mute the strings on my ukulele, because I accompany Betty on the ukulele. So, okay, ready?
And he needs all the help he can get.
I really do.
All right, here we go. Meow, 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 meow.
good. You like the new ending to that song, Allison?
I did. Definitely better than the first time.
Thank you. Okay, so there you go. You've heard the whole song and the ending. You should be able to correctly identify what Christmas song were we singing.
Jingle Bells.
Oh. No, that was Silent Night. That is so weird.
No, Allison, you got it right.
Nicely done, Allison.
Yay, thank you.
You are a winner today, and you're picking up a WayFM Christmas present, and we really appreciate you listening, so thank you.
Oh, awesome. Thank y'all.
Well, that's the end, but it doesn't have to be. Check out our Aftercast. It's new stuff you didn't hear in the podcast. Be sure to rate us on iTunes as well as connect with us on social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Just search Wally Show. And if you'd like to join our Facebook group made exclusively for you potties, the link is in the description of this podcast. Thanks to Colorado Christian University Online and United Faith Mortgage for supporting what we do.